I am a man of my word, and I told you that 500 likes I'd keep playing more Minesweeper Variants 2, 14 Minesweeper Variants 2. I forgot the name of the game. It's okay. We're gonna play more and continue to see more and more variants in 14 Minesweeper Variants 2. We'll go 750 likes. We'll do another. Let's play. We did X's and we did vanilla last time. We have not done Deviation, which I'm terrified of, and we have not done horizontal. We did in the demo a very long time ago. Let's do horizontal, right? So any mine must have a horizontally adjacent mine. So what does this mean? It means basically you cannot have only one. I was about to say you can't only have one in a row. That's true, but you also have to make sure that you can't have one without having a neighbor. I mean, that also just means any mine must have a horizontally adjacent mine. I'm just explaining the rule in worse English than how they've already explained the rule. You can see this. It makes sense, okay? And if I perfect 3 levels, we unlock the 6x6. So we got lots of good stuff going on. And if we do 5 of them, then we unlock 2C, which I do think is probably a good thing to do. So let's get going. What a funky puzzle. What an absolutely fascinating puzzle. Immediately we can say that there's no mine in any of these spots, right? And then you know there has to be mines here. Okay, and then this one has to see a mine in one of these 2 spots, so you know there's not a mine here. Okay. What do we know now? What do we know now? This is interesting to me. This is very interesting to me. So, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Let's get a pretty color, okay? So take a look at this 2. He already sees this guy right here. If a mine goes right here, right, that is now going to validate our 3, but this mine cannot stand alone, right? So he then needs to have a spot right here, and oopsie, you see 3 mines. So that means that this must be the mine and this is not. And now that opens up a lot of things, because this 4, right? This mine has to see a mine, so now you have to go there. And then this 4 means that one of these 2 spots is a mine, and that means that this 2 confirms all 3 of these spots are not mines. Now, that is not very useful. All things considered, that is extraordinarily not useful for me. Except, you know what? It kind of is. Because what does this open up for us? We actually now know a lot about this box. Because we know that a mine has to have an adjacent mine. Right? So we can immediately assume this and this are not mines. That makes sense to me. So click you. A 4 is awesome. That confirms that. And then this 1 is interesting but not awesome, is what I'm going to say. We got 4 mines remaining. So what do we know? What do we know? What do we not know? Okay, we know that this cannot be a mine. Why can't you be a mine? Because if you are a mine, then you have to have a mine here, and that invalidates this. So our mine has to go here. This is not a mine. And now that actually helps us a lot, because we know that this is not a mine for the same reason that this and this could not be a mine. So that is safe. It's a question mark, which is fine. We can logically deduce what we need to. Because take a look at this 1 now, which is kind of a fascinating 1 as well. If you put a mine here, a mine has to go here, which invalidates the 1. So the mine has to go here. This goes in. And now there are 2 mines remaining. We know 1 has to go here, and we know that 1 has to go here. And that, my friends, is a very, very fascinating little puzzle, and I enjoyed it a lot. Let's do another one or two of these. I mean, I'd like to unlock 2C, which means that I have to do, I think, one more of them. Okay, well, you know that this can't be a mine, so that's a decent start. And we know that one of these two probably has to be a mine. Yeah, I mean, you know that one of these two has to be a mine. If not both. It could be both. But then well, you can't necessarily... Okay, well, I mean, let's run a little bit of logic here. This is interesting. So if it's this and this, then this has to be a mine. But if it's this and this, then this has to be a mine. It's really just we don't know about these two tiles. Not including that. For the same logic as before, right? If you put a mine here, you gotta put a mine here. So, since both of these two can be mines, let's just mark them as such, okay? Let's just mark them as such. Now both become pretty interesting, right? Because they, well, okay, yeah, so this bottom left cannot be a mine, right? Because if this is a mine, then this has to be a mine, which invalidates the two. So I feel good about clicking that. And now you being a 1 is very interesting, because that means that this cannot be a mine, which makes this a mine, and it makes this a mine. Because the 2 has to see the same as the 1. So let's click both of those. Click that away. You're a 1, and then you're there. Okay. That's good. And in the same way, the 4, this has to be a mine because of the 4. So that's pretty okay. But now we find ourselves in a weird position. No, we don't. No, we don't. So a 1 on a side is a fascinating rule for this one, because it can't ever be adjacent to it. Like, these cannot be mines, and thus this cannot be a mine. That means that this cannot be a mine. You touch 0, and that means this must be a mine. Okay, and then this cannot be a mine, and that's actually there's 3 remaining mines, and there's 3 spots, so the puzzle is complete. Okay, cool. I like it. Very elegant solution. 3 rows of 5, 3, 2. Okay, horizontal. It went fantastic. It went very good. And now we have C and D. Let's start with D, since we teased it in the last episode. So deviation. Clues indicate the number of mines in the 3x3 area centered on the cell above. Okay. This is gonna mess me up. Okay, so this 3 indicates the cell above. In a 3x3 space, there's 3 mines. The 6 cell above 3 space, 6 mines. It's just hell, right? It's just hell. But let's try. Let's try. This one might take me a little bit. So this 0, right? You can think of him like stretching up to here. And it looks something like this now. And we know that it's centered around this middle tile here. So that would make this and this not have mines. Okay. Let's start with that. Let's start with that. Now let's take a look at the 1. That means that this has to be a mine. Right? I mean, I don't need to draw the grid. I wish I could copy and paste that grid repeatedly, because it would be useful, but I'm not gonna do that. So this 1, that means that in this box, there's only one mine. Okay, so in this, we have 1. Grab a different color now, because the 3 and the 4 are going to be slightly different. Because now in this, I probably should have chose something a little bolder than that blue. In this, we have 3 mines. And then in this, actually, hold on. That is actually encasing all of these. In this, there are 4. Okay. Can we make a logical deduction off of this? I think you can, right? So this 3, this means there has to be 2 mines here. Because the green only has 1 in it. So the 3 sees 2 here and then 1 within here. That would make this be safe. Because he's part of the 1's vibe, and so are these. And one of these has to be for the 3. I feel good about that. So those are there and that's there. And then we don't know about the 4 yet, because he could either have a mine here or here. We have yet to confirm where that may be. Cannot be both. And we know that one of these 2 has to have 1. But hold on, okay? Hold on. Because 3... Am I broken? I might be a little broken. One of these 2 has to be filled for 3. One of these 2 has to be filled for 1. If it's this one, 4 is taken care of as well. I think this is going to come down to how many mines do we have left. I think that all of our logical deductions can be made over here. So let's move on. This 2. Let's make another box here. This is definitely a one I have to visualize, right? So that means that 2 out of these 3 have. Let's grab a yellow. 3 is now this box has 3. Just going to outline that. And then our 2 is here. And then 4 is a ton. So this 4 is this is the important one. 'Cause that's now 2 of I need another color, man. I mean, I know there's like infinite colors here, but so that means that this box here, this is looking like a mess. It's a total mess. 2 out of these 3 have to have. Okay. Why am I struggling a lot with the logic on this? There's 7 remaining, right? So 2 have to go here. Theoretically, you could share with the 3 here, so at least 4 mines here. Another 2 here. I'm not sure that that's helping me like all that much. What is the piece that I'm missing? Because this 0, we only these spots here do not matter, right? So that 0 sees none of them. I know you may want to invalidate these positions, but it's not accurate. And the 4 over here, I mean, we don't know which of these 2. All we know is that it's one of these two, and if it's this one, then it's not this one, and if it's this one, then it's this one as well. Because the 3 can't see up that high. So there's nothing we can do on this side. So let's shift gears to looking over here again. So this 3 in these 5 boxes. We just don't have enough information on that is the problem. So maybe it's this 4 instead. What are you trying to teach me with the 4? You're trying to teach me. Okay, you're trying to teach me that you're going to take, at bare minimum, 1 from the 2. And then you're going to share all 3 from the 3. So that would confirm that this cannot be a mine. Right? Is that the logic that I'm supposed to piece out from this? And then the puzzle falls apart because this 4 we then know is like this. Because if this 4, right, he currently sees, let's remove all of our colors, which I know sounds insane. This 4 sees this box here, okay? The 2 only sees, I'm just going to do the actual boxes. It only sees these 2 and this one. So the 4 does not see this box, but it sees these 2. So he gets at least 1 from the 2. So one of these 2, at bare minimum, he gets 1 of these 2. It could be both. But the 3 also sees this box. So no matter what, this 4 is getting all 3 of the 3s and 1 of the 2s, which means that the 1 square that he can't get to is this one. Is that... No, that's still not accurate. No, that's still not accurate. Because of this 4. Boy, this one's a brain breaker, dude. I have the logic completely wrong over here. This 4 only sees 1 in these 2 spots. Which means that all 3 of these are mines. That's the piece that I missed. Yeah, my logic here was very off. So now one of these 2 is a part of it. But this 4 now, the 3... Well, this 4 is only going to take 1 from the 3. The 3 currently, mousing over these, it is actually very easy to see where they go. You still have 2 more to fit in there. So 2 of the 4s are going to be in here, which means that this 2 has to have this be a mine, has to have this be a mine, and this cannot be. And now this is easy, right? Because those cannot be mines. This has to be a mine. And then there's only 1 mine remaining, so it has to be the spot that all 3 of these can see, which is this one. That's a really tricky puzzle, man. That's a genuinely hard puzzle. I'd like to do the next one, because now we got the hang of it, right? Now we got the hang of it. I think being able to visualize these like this instead of me drawing my own friggin' boxes is a lot easier, but I like drawing, so cut me some slack. Okay, so this 2... What do we know? What do we know? I'm trying to find something that we know, right? We know that this 4, one of these 2 has to be filled. I feel like I don't love any of that, though. I mean, like, maybe we're supposed to... you never have to assume. There's a logical deduction in this game. So, I think it's important to note that this 4, like, literally, all 6 of these numbers share this tile right here. So the odds of this tile being a mine is ridiculously high, right? Because when they all see this tile, it's high probability it's a mine. Now, there's probably logical deduction that makes that a mine, because otherwise the game would have literally yelled at me. But that just makes sense. I do think it also makes a lot of sense that this is a mine, but I'm very scared to click that one. And it's probably something related to the fact that this 2 has to see... Yeah, it has to see at least 2 from this 4, right? No, it has to see at least 1 from this 4. Because this 4 shares those 2 with this 2. So he can have 3 spots filled, but then one of these has to be. So this 2, one of these has to be. Doesn't mean that both are, though. Which I think is still an important distinction to make. Boy, I'm kind of at a loss on this one so far. I mean, we know that the 3, you have to have one of these 2 and one of these 2, but not both. Unfortunately, that does not... Well, okay, I suppose now it makes it... Oh, yeah, okay, not both. So this 4, those 2 have to be mines. That does help us. This 2 is then validated. So that makes sense. And this 4 does not have to... Well, he has to... He has to see at least 1 of these 2 because of this guy. But he can't see both. So this is a mine. And then one of these 2 is a mine. We know that for a fact. And that makes this not a mine, this not a mine. This has to be a mine. Okay. This is the most brain breaky one yet. It's very, very tricky. This cannot be a mine. You now see 1. You see 3, so that's easy. You're like that. You're like that. And then we know that this and this... Really? Yeah, No, really? I clicked a mine? Oh, I guess we don't know anything about that mine. Yeah, we don't know anything about that mine. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We know this is a mine and we know this is not, but this is a mine because we don't know anything about it, so we use this. That's tough. It's a clear, but it's not a perfect. Do another one. Do another one. So only 1 out of these tiles. The 1-2 rule still works here. It means that this has to be a mine. And then it means that these 2 cannot be mines. And then it means that these 2 have to be mines. I know this is getting like a little chaotic already. And then this has to be a mine. And then this, and this cannot be mines. Those have to be mines. That can't be a mine. This is a mine. I'm sorry, I know that I just blasted through this entire puzzle. But it's just... Sometimes it's how things happen, bro. You get on a little roll and things go crazy. So what else do we know here? We know that this cannot be a mine. And we know that this cannot be a mine, which means this is a mine. And then there's 2 mines remaining. So one has to be here. And then one has to be here. After spending like 10 minutes on the last puzzle, that one I did in about a minute. So that's kind of impressive. Let's go again. We go again until we are comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you, this puzzle, my ass is not comfortable. I'm in pain with this one. This has to be a mine. Okay. This cannot be a mine. 5, huh? Okay. Well, that means that 2 of them have to be in here. So this and this are not mines, and that has to be a mine. And then this, and this are all mines. I suppose that worked out fine. That worked out fine. We also know that this and this cannot be mines. Those are not mines. There's now your 5. There's your 2. There's your 3. And there's that. Boy, you get in the groove. And then these puzzles, they fall apart way faster than any other puzzle. It is fascinating how quick those fall apart. We've unlocked a new set. I wanna back up for a second and just take a look. I gotta do one more of 2D in order to unlock the next section. So let's go up to a 6x6. Let's get a little crazy, right? Let's get a little crazy. So 5 is kind of cool. 5 is kind of cool because we know that 2 cannot see those spots. And at this point, we're like pretty confident, but we're not 100% about this guy. We're very confident this is not a mine. Oh, we're extremely confident that that's a mine. That one feels pretty good to make that assumption. We can also now do this, which makes that implode. Basically, the entire puzzle now falls apart again. It is wild how fast that these disintegrate. Just insane, honestly. Okay, 5 mines remaining. We got 2 in this 3. We have 3 in this 4. So that means that you have to have a mine here. And you have to have not a mine here, which means those are mines. This 2, you got 1 in there. That means this is not a mine. That has to be a mine. That is not. And then 1 mine remaining means that this is not a mine. You must be a mine, and we're complete. I'm telling you, man. As soon as you get it going, he'd just go. He just goes. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Okay, so this 3. We know you have to share at least 2 with this 3, right? Well, I mean, let's reevaluate. So this 2, you have to have 2 in here, which means that you have to share at bare minimum 1 with the 4. You know, you have 1 or 2 in this block of land. Which means that you either have 2 or 3 in this block of land. Which means you either have 1 or 2 in this block of land. Does that help us? Not really, to be honest. I think the thing that we like more is that there has to be... like this 3... What do we know? What do we know? This 2 has to have 1 here. Okay, and that does help. Because now this 4 shares 1. And so does this 2, to be honest. So the 3... The 3 does not have to share 1 with the 2. The 2 may take this spot and call it a day. But the 3 does have to share 1 with the 1. No, not necessarily. The 1 could go up there. This 2 has to share 1 with the 1. So this and this are not mines. Yeah. And this 2 may share 1 here, but it does not have to. I mean, this could be the mine right here. This 2 we don't really care about. I'm not sure how much you help us. You kind of just exist. The 4, how do we feel about the 4? Let me take a sip of water and reevaluate the 4. So at this point, the 4 we know has to have you have to have there can only be 1 in this spot. So there's 2 in this spot. And strictly 2. And no, not necessarily strictly 2, because it could be this spot and then 3 in here. So I don't think we can actually do much with that. So what can we do? Well, okay, this is interesting. So this 2, right? We talked about what if it's this block and the 2 just sees these 2. That would mean the 3 would have to have all 3 of these across the top, and it can't. So this cannot be. Does that open up anything of value for me? Let me tell you. Not really. No, it does. It always does. It always does. That means that these 2 have to be mines. Right. And it means that now this 2 has to share 1 with the 4, so this is not a mine. Okay. So it's an okay start. So only 1 in these boxes. Oh, dude, definitely a harder puzzle than the past like 3 that we've done. So one of these days I'm gonna pop the hint too, because the hints they're very intelligent. They tell you exactly what logical piece you're missing without giving you a full-blown like stare directly at this kind of thing. You know, give you the move more or less. I think it's this 3 that I have to figure out something for. Because you are in a position where I think this is like multi-layered, man. I think it's really multi-layered. One of these 2 has to be. So if it's this, then this 3 could be this, or it could be this, or it could be this. Like there's no real telling, but no matter what, 2 go towards this 4 as well. So then when you look at this 3, right? This 3 has to share 2 from the 4. And then this 2 possibly shares 1 with the 4 at this point. So it all starts to tell me that I don't actually think either of these 2 is a mine. Which would then make this the mine. Which I think is terrifying. But I'm gonna take the hint, okay? Once the hint meter is fully charged, using a hint does not hurt the perfect clear. Okay, so what are you trying to tell me? You're telling me to look at the 2 and the 3. So this 3, you see... I guess I understand what you're saying. So this 2 can only have one more mine in these 5. And this 3 still needs 3 mines. So these 2 must be mines for this 3. That's not to say that we still can't have a mine over here. But this 2 kind of limits us a lot there. Yeah, and now that makes these 2 have to be mines, because this 3 is now limited a lot by this 2. Because this 3 has to see the 2s that exists. And now this 3 limits it even more. That's what you were trying to teach me here. It's that those can't be mines, which I think I found for what it's worth. But this now solves this. And now you get into puzzle fall apart territory. Which is good. I mean, we like when the puzzle do fall apart. So this 4 has to share it with the 3 at this point. So this is not... That's a mine? Really? Oh, I guess we didn't have multiple in here yet. Yeah, the logic was that is definitely not one. Or definitely is a mine at that point. And then with 3 remaining mines, it has to be this, and... this. Yeah. It's a hard puzzle, man. It's a hard puzzle. Am I gonna do one more? Of course I'm gonna do one more, you little freak. Okay, okay. God, I hate it. I hate it. This 3, you have to be a mine. And then this 2, those cannot be, which makes you a mine, which makes that a mine, which makes that not be a mine. Okay. Now 3 have to go in there, which makes this not a mine and this not a mine. Okay. That does help. That also now makes all of those mines, which is crazy. Those are all good. Those are all good. And the world fall apart, really. Okay. You cannot be all 3 of those. Because this 3 already has... No, that's not the logic at all. This 3 already has one of the 3 it needs. So it could be these 2, right? But it cannot be all 3 of these. So that means that this has to be one of them. Yeah. You like the slow click on that one? Because I had no confidence in that. Okay. Yeah, so 2 out of these 3 have to be. 2 out of these 3 have to be. 1 out of these 2 has to be. And then 1 out of these 2 has to be. But 2 out of these 3 has to be. I'm saying a lot of words, and none of them are necessarily even correct. Which is, it's fun. Okay, let's maybe do some logic here. So this 3, you can do this or this. And then I immediately delete the color. You can do that or that. You can do this or this. Or you could do this or this. This 3 is the exact... For lack of a better words, these 2 3s are identical, right? So 2 have to go in those spots, which means that this and this are not mines. That's definitely the piece that we were missing. Unfortunately, that does not really give me much. No, it does give me some, because that means that a mine has to go here. And a mine has to go here, which means a mine has to go there. And now you have to go there, and then puzzle do fall apart. He fall apart real right quick. Thank you very much. Dare I do one more? Where are we at on deviations? One more to unlock 7x7s? Don't mind if I damn do. I think I just... Oh no, this is a different puzzle. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is the easiest puzzle of all time, perhaps, perchance. Only one. Only one in these squares, huh? Okay. Fascinating. That means that you have to be a mine. And then that means that all of these are not, which is equally crazy. I mean, we're talking some logic puzzle mayhem going on with that. If you're not excited, I'm gonna need you to get more excited over this very simple and basic Minesweeper puzzle. It's not simple and basic in the slightest, though. It's terrifying. Okay, so this 2 makes one of these 2 have to be a mine, but not both. So then that means that one of these 2, but not both. That makes this really? Boy, I thought that guaranteed that as a spot, because if you... I'm gonna have to follow my own logic, right? So one of these has to be a mine. And then in that same logic, one of these has to be a mine. So then if one of these and one of these, and they're mutually exclusive, then this has to be a mine. But maybe I'm wrong? Maybe you can have multiple in this column? You can't have multiple here, because that breaks the 1. This 3's like really interesting too. Well, okay, no, this 3 is actually from hell. Because that means that you share 3 of the 5s. Which means that... that's not... Really? That would mean that the 3 shares the 1s as well. Which means that... I swear that you are not a mine. Because the 1... Oh no, you could be. The 1 doesn't stretch all the way up there. The 1 has to be one of these. This can... I clicked a mine? Really? You're a mine? I marked the wrong mine? I clicked the mine, I marked the wrong mine. Okay. I guess it just means that the logic cannot work there. So... Okay. 1 out of these 2. And then that means 2 out of these 3. You... What's my hint? Give me a hint. So the 5, yeah, because 3, or I guess 2 have to go in here, then this... That's the logic you want from me. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not sure I 100% followed that one. I think that one broke me a little, but that's okay. That's okay. That means that those 2 have to be mines. And then, you know, you're gonna see one of those. You've already seen yours. You see 6. Which is kind of nuts. That means that one of these 2 and one of these 2. and you see one of these two, you're good. We don't know a lot down here. There's 7 mines remaining, which is insane. There's only 1 here. And to be honest, we, at the current moment, don't actually know. This 3 will determine it. With 7 mines remaining, man, this has to not be a mine. Because otherwise we can't fit 7 on this board. So I think that squares that away. And now you see 5. There's 5 remaining still. There's only 1 between these two. It has to... Really? Okay. We crapped the bed on this puzzle big time. 4 remaining mines in the 5 slots. So those 2 have to be mines. And then you have to split them like that. That was the hardest one for sure. Okay. Why am I still going? Did I unlock stuff? Probably not, because I like brutally failed that one. So let's make sure that we don't brutally fail another one. So with this 4, I mean, you got lots, right? You got lots. But it does not mean it could be all 4 of these, or it could be 1 and then 3 of these. We know that this 2, there's gonna only be 1 in this dent here. How about this 3? Boy, I once again find myself in a very, very sticky puzzle. It's a very sticky puzzle. Well, no, it's not a sticky puzzle. You can confirm both of those as non-issue spots. We also now know that this and this have to be mines, which helps like a ton. And that means that there has to be a mine here, because otherwise this 3... No, that's not true. This 1 is where it gets a little janky, because these 3s share the same mine, right? And then they have to share 1 with this 2, which means this has to be a mine. And these 3s have to... Well, they can't stretch to here. We have to get down to a smaller number of mines, I think, before I can make the claim that I wanted to. So that's the 3 that we know. Yeah, so at this point we can check both of those. Because we knew this 3 had 1 in this column, otherwise it eats 2 of these 2s. And that does help us. We also know that this 4 needs 2 out of these 3, but there's still some unknowns in that area. Let me know that you are going to have at least 1 here. Which means you could have 2 here, or you could have another one over here. Which means that this is probably safe. Because... Although there's no guarantee of that, because you could eat both of these tiles. I do think that there's not enough mines, though, so the odds of these 2 being filled is pretty low. I think you would want 2 of these and then 1 of these, and then that would open up where this becomes a mine and it puts an extra mine on the table. And if we count it, I mean, there's 10 remaining, so that'd be 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. That's 5 here, with then 1 up here, 6, and then the remaining 4 up here is 10. So that actually does make sense. Yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted me to count and figure out. So now that confirms that since that would be this, I might have just clicked the wrong, oh no, I guess that's logic that we can't deduce. Interesting. So we could deduce that one. We know that that can't be then. That's interesting. So there's still one here, and then still one here. But we can't deduce otherwise? I definitely thought we could have. Oh, how about this 2? You create a lot of issues with that 1. Is the idea that no, huh? It's not the idea at all. This has been I've been tossed into the deep end and forced to swim on this one. Give me the hint, cause I need the logical conclusion. Ah, that can't be 1. Okay. And then that's what makes the puzzle fall apart. Okay. Yeah, I missed that piece for sure. I missed that piece for sure. So now all of those have to be you're fulfilled, and then it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're 52 minutes in. I gotta end the episode. It's been a blast, though. I absolutely love this game. It's just really good puzzles, man. They're really, really good puzzles. I did not get perfects, though, so I need to get my perfects. But we got C and we got P for next episode. 750 likes. Let's get it done. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.